What's your name, sir?
Bob Williams.
Well, I'm sorry, what's your last name?
Williams.
Mr. Williams, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one can be appointed for you. You swear or affirm everything contained in your affidavit is the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And this says you're currently employed at the Tyndall's Trust Plant, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much do you make a week there?
I'm making probably about $700 a week there right now, but obviously I probably won't be employed there much longer due to incarceration.
Okay, and do you own any property?
No, ma'am.
House, car, truck, nothing?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and you live in Knoxville?
No, I live in Maryville right now. I was living in Knoxville with my girlfriend, but we've all got into it, I guess.
Okay, how long did you live in Knoxville?
I've lived in Knoxville for the past 3 months.
Live in Maryville now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, check your criminal history.
Say again.
I'm going to check your criminal history.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't see anything in Knox County.
No, ma'am.
It says failures to appear in Blount County.
Yes, ma'am.
There's some arrests in Blount County.
Yes, ma'am.
Reckless endangerment with a weapon, freebies,
Yes, ma'am.
driving on suspended,
Yes, ma'am.
evading arrest, documents. Okay, the charge that we're going to deal with today is aggravated assault domestic. Okay, it says this happened on Monday, this past Monday, in the evening at River Maple Way. The alleged victim, Christina McCord, said she was arguing with her boyfriend defendant because he had been on meth and up for several days and she didn't want him around her children. She said she told you to leave and you said you're not getting rid of me. And then you grabbed her by her hair and pulled her back and you hit her twice in the face and head. Said she lost consciousness, and when she gained consciousness, she crawled toward the front door.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened.
And it says she got a gash on her head and inside her lip. And anyway, and you apparently sent her an incriminating text.
No, ma'am, did not.
Anyway, there was a witness that was there.
The witness was not there. That's fine.
Okay, well, anyway, I'm not saying this is how it happened. That's just what you're accused of, so.
That's fine.
Okay, and this is a C felony. I'm going to put a $10,000 bond on it.
Yes, ma'am.
That's an appearance bond. You can make that through a bonding company.
I don't have any.
If you haven't already done so, you have to submit a biological specimen. That's the cheek swab. Okay, and you're going to have conditions. Conditions are you're not allowed to assault or threaten to assault the alleged victim. You're not allowed to harass, annoy, telephone contact her, email directly or indirectly. Okay, no way, don't call. You're directed to vacate and stay away from the home she lives in, any other location she's likely to be. Not allowed to have any firearms or weapons, and you can't possess or consume alcohol or controlled substances. Okay? Those conditions remain in effect until a court sets them aside. If you violate any of these conditions, you can go back to jail with no bond at all. Okay? So follow those rules and you won't have trouble, all right? Well, I'm going to print this off, and you'll get a copy before you leave jail, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'll get you an attorney. Have you had the public defender before?
Yes, ma'am, I've had one.
Okay, in Knox County?
No, that's county, no, ma'am.
So not in Knox County. So I'm going to appoint the public defender here to represent you.
Thank you.
There's a $50 administrative fee when we appoint an attorney. That needs to be paid to the court clerk August the 25th, August 25th. If you can't get it done, let your attorney know that, and they might have it added in your court costs for you. Okay.
I'm not able to make bail, which I'm not.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna get you a court date. Your court date is going to be. Let me check, make sure it's a good date. It'll be pretty soon. Felony courts. Can't get you on the 12th. I can get you to court on Monday the 15th.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so that'll be August the 15th at 9 o'clock in felony court, and that's going to be for a bond hearing.
If nobody shows up for court, will my charges be dismissed?
Well, if you haven't bonded out, then you're going to be in court because we're going to take you to court.
Right.
Okay. And
Right.
she won't be there in court. This is for a bond hearing.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have a bond hearing.
Well, what I'm saying is because if you can't bond out, they're going to find out why you can't bond out and see if the judge thinks that the bond should be reduced.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it'll be a different judge, and your attorney will be there too, and the district attorney's office will be there as well.
Yes,
But like I said, we'll get this taken care of on Monday, 15th, and that will be for a bond hearing, and the public defender will be with you. If you happen to bond out, then the jail will give you a new court date. Okay? You won't have to come back on Monday for that unless the jail gives you a court date of Monday, but they're likely to give you a date in the future if you bond out. Okay? All right. Do you have any other questions?
I just want to know how long it's gonna be before I went to court for this stuff.
You're going to be there Monday, and then after that, they'll set a new date for any further proceedings. Okay? Your attorney can advise you about that. Okay, you're all set. What's your name, sir?
Matthew Garcia, ma'am. How are you doing today?
Just fine. Okay. Mr. Garcia, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you fill out form, one can be appointed for you. Fill out an affidavit asking for an attorney to be appointed. You recognize that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you swear everything contained in your affidavit is true?
Yes, ma'am.
Need you to raise your hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Swear everything in your affidavit is the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Your affidavit says that you live on, I don't know, Tanglewood?
Tazewell Pike.
Tazewell. I wasn't even close. Okay. Tazewell Pike. So you live in Knox County?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived here?
Almost a year.
Where did you live before?
Homeless. I was downtown at the Mission. Smoky Row, Straw Plains with my mom before that, and on and off.
So you lived in Straw Plains,
Yes, ma'am.
and you lived here for about a year?
Yes, ma'am. It was about 8-9 months. With Jessica Hamlet.
Okay, and your employment says you're not currently employed?
No, ma'am.
You don't get any government benefits like disability or unemployment?
No food stamps either, none of those.
I'm going to look at your criminal history.
Yes, ma'am.
I see a conviction from 2018 to obey traffic control devices. Sounds like you ran a red light or something.
Ran on foot, I think.
Okay, and let's see what else. Conviction for simple possession, 2021. That's a misdemeanor charge, and evading arrest, which is a misdemeanor, 2021.
We're in that too. Like I was on foot
Okay,
or on a bike, on a pedal bike.
okay, looks like you. Okay, and you're not out on pretrial now.
I'm balling out off here. Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Okay, you were in court for cases in July the 12th, simple possession and theft of property. And did you get out on pretrial or did you get out on bond?
I'm not really sure. I'm not sure.
Okay, and now you've got new charges. Your new charges are felony charges. And it says that you allegedly maintain a dwelling for drug use. That's a D felony. You have a possession of firearm with intent to go armed, which is a D felony, and a B felony for methamphetamine manufacture, delivery, sale, and possession.
No.
And let's see.
I'm a drug user, not a drug dealer. I don't sell or distribute any kinds of narcotics. I'm a user. I'm not an entrepreneur in that. I don't sell drugs.
This said this all happened on Tazewell Pike, which said you lived in Tazewell Pike. Well, in any event, we don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to get you a bond on these things here.
I have no money to make a bond. I have no one to call to come get me. I have nothing. I don't have no family.
I'm going to get you a bond so you'll have a bond.
That's not going to happen.
Okay, so you've got 2 D felonies. I'm going to put $1,000 a piece on those. And I'm going to put a $20,000 bond on the methamphetamine.
What was that?
That would be $22,000, which would be $2,200 to a bonding company.
Okay, that's not going to happen. I have no money.
You don't have to make it. I'm just letting you know what it is. And I'll get you a lawyer in just a second. We can print these off.
Rachel Wolf.
Okay, so she's been your attorney before?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm surprised y'all didn't even let her know that. Like, anybody gave me one.
Her phone number?
I have no clue.
Her phone number is 865.
I don't matter.
325 9653.
That kind of money I don't have, and I'm gonna be stuck in here until that gets paid or y'all see court.
I'm going to waive the administrative fee because I don't think you can pay it right now.
I can't afford nothing, man.
Okay, again, I'm not arguing with you.
Cheeseburger at McDonald's. I mean, why do you think I'm a user? I'm an addict. I'm not a hustler. I'm not a dealer. I'm not a drug dealer. I'm not none of that. Why do you think I always come in here when my pocket's broke and goddamn nowhere else to go, nowhere else to live? The only reason why I'm at Tazewell House is because Jessica Hamlin. Maybe we can look at that case and pull that one back up from there.
All right, you're going to be in felony court on Monday the 15th, and that's going to be for a bond hearing. And they're going to ask you about why you haven't been able to make your bond, and then you can tell them the story that you just told me.
You just gave me a $22,000 bond, and then you're going to send me to a court for another bond hearing. That don't make no sense.
Well, they might decide that that's too much of a bond.
That's way too much of a bond, man.
Well, that's why I'm giving you another opportunity to convince them. Like I said,
you're not giving me a chance at all. You're giving me another long-term time in jail, which I should not be here. But okay, go ahead. I ran from a fucking court date. I didn't show up to court. I have a misdemeanor. Not going to court.
Do you have any actual questions?
I don't know what it was or anything. No, I don't. Am I done?
Yes.
No, I'm done.
Okay.
felonies or misdemeanor, but listen there, just set the paper, be quiet.
What's your name, sir?
What is my name?
Yes.
Miguel Matthew Pierce.
Mr. Massey Pierce, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one can be appointed for you. Did you fill out an affidavit asking for an attorney to be appointed? All right. Are you currently employed?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Have you had an attorney appointed before?
No, ma'am.
I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to waive the administrative fee because I don't think you can afford it. And have an attachment.
And a detachment, ma'am.
You have an attachment that says you missed court on August the 1st for an aggravated criminal trespass charge. And you also have a disorderly conduct charge, which is misdemeanor. That happened allegedly on August the 10th, that very, very early this morning, at Market Square.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyway, and it said that that you were standing in the walkway between TVA towers, yelling and screaming and banging a large metal flashlight. In any event, that is a misdemeanor charge. I'm going to put a $500 bond on that. Plus, you got a $200 appearance bond already, so that's $700 appearance bond. Okay, so that's a very small bond, but we'll get that written up here. Okay, so we got that, and I'm going to get you to court on. Actually, I can get you to court tomorrow, August the 11th. That's tomorrow. In misdemeanor court. That's for a bond hearing. And the public defender will be your attorney. And you will be in court, on misdemeanor court, on tomorrow, which is Thursday. Okay? All right. Do you have any questions? All right. We'll take these two cases, hopefully taken care of maybe tomorrow. All right? All set.
Sorry, your turn.
What's your name, sir?
Dustin Griffin, ma'am.
Mr. Griffin, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one can be appointed for you. You fill out an affidavit asking for an attorney to be appointed.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you swear or affirm everything in the affidavit is true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you live in Knox County?
Yes, I do.
How long have you lived in Knox County?
My whole life, 30 years.
And this says that you are employed at something farms.
Blackberry Farms.
Okay. How long have you worked there?
Approximately 3 weeks.
It says that you make $1,200 bi-weekly. Is that your correct income?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and let's check your criminal history.
I'm sorry?
I'm checking criminal history.
Yes, ma'am.
It says that there was a domestic assault charge from August the 9th against you.
What was that last part of the sentence? I'm sorry.
That was, it says there was a domestic assault charge against you.
Yeah, yes. Yes, ma'am.
And you're Dustin Griffin, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Like I said, they were saying that there was a domestic disturbance, and the alleged victim was Thomas Griffin.
Yes, ma'am. I was just trying to give him a hug and to calm him down. And I'm not sure how I'm here right now.
Okay. said you had an out-of-county capias for simple possession.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what county that's from? Loudoun County, does that sound right?
Yes, ma'am. Loudoun County.
All right, and what, I'm looking for what the assault was involving. Said Thomas had recent surgery and is unable to protect himself.
No, he had leg surgery. I have severe ADHD, and I drank a lot that night. And I was just talking to him, yelling, and things got out of hand. He was in a lot of pain, and I was trying to get his attention. And it really wasn't as big of a deal as they made it seem. I think they called me so I could go get my ADHD medication. They wanted the hospital to come take me, and police took me instead.
Oh, sorry. Run off, one.
All right, I'm going to put a bond on this of $2,000,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
and the bond conditions are going to be no committing the offense or threatening the offense of assault against the alleged victim, no contact with the alleged victim,
Yes, ma'am.
stay away from their home, any other location they're likely to be.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna print those off, and I'm gonna get you an attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
Attorney's gonna be the public defender's office. They're gonna waive the administrative fee.
All right.
I don't think you can afford to pay it. Okay, so we've got all of those things. We've got the attorney. Just print it off. Trying to print this off, it's taking me just a little bit longer than I thought. All right, you got a misdemeanor charge. I'm going to set you for misdemeanor court on Thursday.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
That's the 11th. That's for a bond hearing, and the public defender will be your lawyer. Okay, so you've got a lawyer and you've got a bond. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Okay, you're all set.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
All right, that appears to be all of them. Have a nice night.
Not bad. $99 for 2 bottles, maybe 35% off the first.
What's your name, ma'am?
Becca Foley.
Ms. Bowley. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one can be appointed for you. Did you fill out an affidavit?
Yes.
Do you swear or affirm everything in the affidavit is the truth?
It is.
All right, and it says that you're not currently employed.
No.
Do you get government assistance like disability
No.
or unemployment?
No, I applied for disability. I'm in the end stretch.
So you've applied for disability.
Yeah.
Okay, and how long have you lived in Knoxville?
I'm about 25 years.
25 years? Okay. I'm going to check your history here. It says you've got convictions going back to 2008, driving under the influence, public intoxication, drug paraphernalia, theft of property, 2014, a lot of misdemeanors.
Yeah.
Theft of merchandise, misdemeanor, again, conviction. A lot of little stuff here.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. There is an aggravated burglary charge, which is a felony, and that's from July the 13th of this year.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else. All right. So the only thing I'm going to be charging you with today is public intoxication, and that's a low-level misdemeanor, and that supposedly happened on Tuesday, August the 9th. So that was yesterday morning.
Yeah.
Okay, at the Office Max parking lot, and they found you laying in the grass, and they couldn't wake you up.
Yeah.
And they tried moving your arms, and you didn't wake up. And
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, that said that you talked to the EMS, and they said that you've been drinking alcohol and using Suboxone.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So I'm gonna put an appearance bond on this of $200, and I'm gonna
Find out. I
print
can't
this,
find out.
and I'll print this off. And have you had the public defender before?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to waive the administrative fee.
And how much, when do I go? Oh, okay.
I'm going to get you a court date for tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
And that's for bond hearing, to find out that, if you can't make that $200 appearance bond, then they may be able to release you tomorrow. Okay. I just don't have that ability because you've been arrested recently. So,
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
but we'll get you to court as soon as we can, which is tomorrow, August the
Okay, thank you.
11th. Yeah, 11th.
Yeah.
Misdemeanor court for a bond hearing, and the public defender will be with you. They're your attorneys.
Okay.
And let's see. And got the court date. I think that's all we need.
Okay, thank you
All
very
set.
much. I'm in some.
I need to go in here. Yes.
Are you Miss Fanny?
I'm sorry.
Are you Miss Fanny?
No, I'm Terry.
Okay, here we go. Terry, sorry. Miss Terry, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one can be appointed for you. Did you fill out an affidavit?
Yes, ma'am.
You swear or affirm everything in your affidavit is the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, it says that you're not currently employed.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't get any government assistance like unemployment or Social Security disability or anything.
No, ma'am.
Okay, you don't own any property value you could sell to hire a lawyer.
No, ma'am.
All right, has the public defender been your attorney before?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to appoint the public defender. I'm going to waive the administrative fee for the attorney and tell you what you're charged with, which is being a fugitive from justice. It says, and I'm not saying it's true, but it says that you did unlawfully, knowingly, and willingly flee from Georgia to Knoxville, Tennessee to avoid prosecution for violations of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. And this is out of Cherokee County Sheriff's Office in Georgia. And it says that they've confirmed extradition, but we typically get you an attorney and we have a hearing about that. Okay? So I'm going to set this for court. let's see, it's got to be, I can't do it tomorrow. I'm going to set it for Monday, the 15th. And you don't have a bond, but they'll decide on Monday what they're going to do about your extradition and about whether there's going to be a bond or not, okay?
Okay, can I ask you one question?
Okay.
Okay. You say that they'll decide about the extradition. My understanding was whenever I got arrested that they would have 10 days to come get me. Does that 10 days not start till Monday?
If it's based on when you go into custody, it's based on when you go into custody. I'm not putting a timeline on it for you. I'm just going to get you the next possible court date that you can talk to them about your bond and your case. But your attorney will be there too on that day, and the district attorney will be there that day. And if there's something that can be worked out that day, then I'm sure they'll try to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? And if they don't show up, that's a different problem. But it won't have been 10 days yet.
Okay.
Okay? But this is just to make sure things keep moving and that you don't get stuck in jail for a long time without being sentenced to anything.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Well,
Thank
you're all
you.
set for the 15th on Monday. And like I said, hopefully they can get something resolved for you. At least you'll get to talk to your lawyer then.
Thank you.
Okay. We're all done.
You were shaking your head, yeah.
And you're Miss Fanny, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one can be appointed for you. Did you fill out an affidavit asking for an attorney to be appointed?
I
That
don't-
paper
yeah,
that you signed at the bottom? Okay. Do you swear everything contained in your affidavit is the truth?
yes,
Okay. All right. So it says that you are working at an assisted living place. Is that right?
yes,
And you get $600 to $700 every other week.
yes.
Bi-weekly. Okay. And how long have you lived in Knoxville?
On and off for like 7 years.
I'm going to check your criminal history real quick. Hopefully. Okay, you've got 2 cases that are dated from today. And it says that no out-of-county information. It says you have an address of a Dandridge, but that's not right. Not currently at Dandridge.
No, I stay with my friend. Like, she's my roommate. I lived in Dandridge with my mom.
But you don't live there now.
No.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's see. Have you had the public defender represent you before in Knox County?
No.
I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to waive the administrative fee. Okay, your 2 charges are Schedule 6 drugs in a drug-free zone. Typically that is marijuana. And it says this happened Wednesday, August the 10th at 1:11 in the morning. So that's early in the morning at Keith Avenue, Westview Park.
Yes.
And officers made contact with a suspicious red Ford Ranger bearing a tag number something parked in the parking lot at Westview Park. Anyway, and it looks like they located a black bag inside a toolbox in the truck bed with 6 mason jars containing marijuana, a black digital scale, they gave various denominations of cash, wrapped in a hair tie totaling $748, inside a backpack in the passenger seat, behind the passenger seat rather, and a glass bottle of THC liquid, and said you took ownership of the narcotics and cash and got a seizure receipt.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, so what you're charged with is drugs in a drug-free zone, which is a C felony, and then also there's a drug paraphernalia charge, which is a misdemeanor. I'm going to do it ROR on the misdemeanor charge and the Schedule 6 in a drug-free zone. I'm gonna put a $2,000 bond on that.
Okay.
And that means it's $200 to bond out to a bonding company, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm
I
gonna,
have,
yeah, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna ask, okay, so the black bag with the marijuana, it was in the trunk. I talked to the officer, the money that he took, it was in my work bag, like it was like from my job. And he told me that if I told you, like I could get it back, because it was like two completely separate things.
Okay.
And like the money was,
I can't do anything about any property. Like I said, right now, all I'm doing is setting court dates and giving you lawyers. Okay, I can't do anything about the property, but your attorney can make a motion about that. Okay?
okay,
And I'm going to
okay,
get you to court as soon as I possibly can, which will be in
okay,
felony court, and that's going to be on Monday. Okay?
okay,
Unless you,
okay.
now, if you can bond out, like I said, it's only about $200 to a bonding company. You
I
can,
can bond out.
okay, well, bond out, and then they'll give you a court date for your preliminary hearing. Okay?
Okay,
I'm going to give you a date for the next day I have, which is August the 15th, which is Monday, for a bond hearing if you're still in jail. Okay? If you can bond out, and then we don't have to worry about a bond hearing.
okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
But I'm just doing this to kind of move things along so that you don't get stuck in jail before your case.
Okay,
Right?
thank
So,
you.
like I said, so if you bond out, the jail will give you a court date. Just be sure to be back when the jail tells you to be back. Okay?
Okay,
But right now, I'm writing it up for the 15th of August in felony court, and the public defender will be there unless you bond out, in which case they'll know about the new court date too. Okay?
okay, thank you.
All right, so you're all set.
Thank you, ma'am. That's all I have.
All right, thank you.